Lights, camera, action. Or should I say, meowshin. Today, we are talking about the most popular cats in the history of cinema. A lot of people talk about famous dogs. There's Lassie, Benji, Rin Tin Tin. But if I ask you what your favorite cat from a movie, you're probably going to have to sit there for a minute. Well, I dug up the greatest cats in the history of cinema. We're going to talk about each and every one of them. So sit back, get yourself a bowl of milk. Actually, cats aren't supposed to have milk. I think they're lactose intolerant. Get yourself a bowl of water and some meow mix and enjoy this one. Today we're diving whisker first into the world of Hollywood's most famous cats, from spaceships to cemeteries. These are not cats that just wandered into the background of a shoot. These cats were stars. Before we jump into individual stars, I want to talk to you about the PATSY Awards. Now, if you've never heard of them, you're not alone, but these used to be the animal equivalent of the Oscars. The idea started all the way back in 1939 when a horse died on the set of the film Jesse James. The American Humane Association wanted to protect animal actors, but they also decided that they needed some recognition too. Things were set in motion, and in 1951, the very first PATSY Awards took place, and they were presented by Ronald Reagan. The first winner was Francis the Talking Mule, and from then on it became a tradition where they would award dogs, cats, horses, exotic animals, birds, each having their own categories. And some cats did walk away with these awards, and the presenters had to say names like Orangey, Pyewacket, Sim, and Tonto. By the 1980s, the PATSYs kind of faded away. There were more animatronics used to play animals in movies, and there was a lot more concern about the animals being used in the movies. We were right around the corner from CGI being used regularly, so the PATSYs kind of felt like something of the past. So the AHA shifted from giving out awards to the disclaimer at the end of the movie, which is no animals were harmed during the making of this motion picture. This can get kind of weird. The AHA will only allow that to be on the screen if it's true. In the movie The 40-Year-Old Virgin, there was a fish tank that was turned off on the set overnight, and the fish died. So they did not get to put the disclaimer on there. In the movie Shawshank Redemption, there's a scene where he has a bird and he's feeding it little mealworms. Well, he was allowed to feed it mealworms on the set, but once the camera started, he couldn't serve it a mealworm because that would be harming the mealworm. The cockroach that gets stepped on in Ace Ventura, it was an animatronic cockroach. You can't step on a cockroach and still get that notice at the end of your film. So the PATSYs are gone, but the legacy lives on for those cats who are in the spotlight. Let's start off with the most decorated feline of all time, Orangey. He is the only cat to ever win 2 PATSYs. The first one he won in 1951 for a movie called Rhubarb. Rhubarb is the main character, so Orangey was the star of this film. It's based on a book, and it's a delightful film that I feel like has been forgotten over the years. The plot is about a cat who inherits a baseball team.
Therefore, I do hereby bequeath the residue of my estate to said Rhubarb Banner.
No, he can't. Well, anybody knows that... A cat!
A decade later, Orangey won the PATSY again, this time for his role in the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. If you've seen the movie, you undoubtedly remember Holly Golightly's cat, Cat. Now, Orangey wasn't a 2-hit wonder, though. He popped up in tons of other movies. The Incredible Shrinking Man, The Diary of Anne Frank, even Batman. Orangey was basically the Samuel L. Jackson of cats. Orangey had a reputation for being a diva on set. He would scratch other actors, hiss, get temperamental, but when the cameras were rolling, the cat had an amazing ability to sit still for incredibly long periods of time. Orangey's trainer was Frank Inn. Frank is one of the greatest animal trainers that ever lived. Now, Frank trained Benji, who was a dog that was named Higgins, who had appeared on Green Acres. Benji was incredibly well trained. Now, Frank always said he liked cats, but he couldn't really train them. He said cats just don't do what you tell them to do, and they're a real pain to work with.
There's the cat you asked to see. That's Rhubarb, and he's pioneered a new hope for cats in the movie. The folks in Hollywood, from movie extras to studio moguls, were flabbergasted at the difficult tricks that Rhubarb could perform. It appeared that here was a miracle cat.
Frank passed away a number of years ago, and when he died, a lot of the animals that had preceded him in death, that had appeared in films that he had loved, he had cremated and put into little tiny urns. So when Frank Inn was buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery in California, in his coffin along with him was Orangey, Benji, and dozens of other famous animals.
They called me to come down for the PATSY Awards, so I took the cat and I went down. Finally, they got to 4th place, and then he got to 3rd place, 2nd place, and they ain't called me. Now they call me. The winner of the PATSY Award is Rhubarb. Lassie ain't never won one yet.
This is Pyewacket, the witch's familiar. Let me put the name on the screen here so you can see how it's spelled. Pyewacket was the star of the 1958 film Bell, Book, and Candle.
Pyewacket, why do I feel this way? It's such a rut.
Pyewacket was a Siamese who played the magical familiar of Kim Novak's witch character. What's great here is that Kim Novak bonded so well with this cat that after filming was finished, she took it home and Pyewacket became her pet. Now, multiple cats did play Pyewacket to do different parts of the film, but the main one, the star cat, the hero, is the cat that went on to be her pet for the rest of its life. I love imagining Pyewacket just out there living a life of Hollywood luxury at a movie star's mansion. By the way, the trainer of Pyewacket, it was Frank Inn again. This guy was like the Steven Spielberg of training animals. Next up, it's Sin, the Disney troublemaker. Sin, spelled S-Y-N, won the Patsy in 1965 for the film That Darn Cat.
Yes, watch out when this cool cat, on his nightly neighborhood prowl, happens in on this hapless victim of a kidnapping.
The plot is exactly what it sounds like, an FBI kidnapping case cracked by a mischievous Siamese cat. Again, Disney used multiple cats for different various activities that had to happen during the film, but the main cat, the face of the role, the face of That Darn Cat was Sin. It's likely that Sin is also the cat that played Tao in the movie The Incredible Journey for Disney as well. But Disney at the time was very tight-lipped about what animals were playing parts in their movies. They wanted to, I guess, give the realism that that cat was that character.
A tune you're humming. What is that?
Just something I sing to Pie now and then.
Tonto, the road trip buddy.
So long, Harry.
Bye, dear.
Bye, Tonto.
There we go. That's it.
Now let's fast forward to 1974. We've got Art Carney playing a widower in the movie Harry and Tonto. In the film, he's traveling across country with his orange tabby cat, and the cat was named Tonto.
You hit this territory often? Not more than once a year. You know?
And that cat won the Patsy that year. And Art Carney won the Academy Award. And it's hard to say who carried the movie Harry and Tonto. Harry is a wonderful character. Tonto is a fantastic cat. Tonto wasn't just set dressing. He gave real emotional weight to the story. Tonto wasn't a trained showbiz cat at all. It was just a cat with natural star ability.
Harry and Tonto. And Tonto is the cat, right?
Yeah.
I understand it's a great... I've not seen it yet, but really the reviews, you ought to be very happy with that.
Now, there's a
Dew is setting in early. So...
All right, now let's jump off to some cats who never won a Patsy, but really deserve some recognition. Cats like Grumpy Cat that we all saw and loved and remembered. Heck, Grumpy Cat got his own movie, or her own movie. I remember the cat was named Tartar Sauce, but I don't remember the cat's gender. But either way, Grumpy Cat starred in Grumpy Cat's Very Own Christmas, I believe. 1979, Jonesy from the movie Alien. Probably the bravest orange tabby in film history, he survives the Nostromo, face to face with a xenomorph and walks away cool as can be. Horror fans love Jonesy because I think in the back of our mind, we watch the movie and we think, well, if that cat can survive, maybe we would have too. Church from Pet Sematary, the 1989 version and the 2019 version. Both versions of Church became horror icons, symbolizing that sometimes a dead cat is just better. Mr. Bigglesworth from Austin Powers. This is a Sphinx cat, and the cat's real name was Ted Nugent. So what makes cats so powerful on screen? Unlike dogs, who usually play loyal companions, cats are a total mystery. They're unpredictable. They can be funny, spooky, or dramatic, all in the same scene. They steal scenes because they feel real. When a cat is in a movie, even though it's trained, it looks like it's just doing whatever it wants to do. So here's to the real ones, the ones with 9 lives and no patience for directors. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to everybody on Patreon. Please go over there, check it out for free. I put little bonus segments on there. I'm going to be putting a segment on there about some other cats that appeared in movies that we're not going to talk about today. You can go over there, sign up for free, watch that video for free. And if you bump your membership up to $3 a month, I'm going to handwrite a postcard and I'm going to mail it to you every single month to say thank you. And if you go all the way up to $9 a month, you'll get my newsletter in the mail. You're going to absolutely love it, filled with retro goodness, lots of pop culture stories, long articles that I will write that you will read, and you will love every bit of it. Please go check out the Patreon, and you can be just like my dear friends, Aaron Wester, Al, Archer, Cal and Monica, and Sue, Carson Loveridge, Chris, Dana Snyder, M, Jason Evans, Jason Yealy, Jarrett Rusky, Jamie and Tom, Jen, Matthew Chapin, Mike and Jess, my big brother Rob, Nick Roche, and Robert Berry. Well, that's going to do it for this one. I'll see you next time.